Hi, this is Ilma Art Studios photograph for today. A very cloudy day in the street where I live. It's called Diane Drive. Check my website at ilmaarts.com for more of my artworks and photographs. Today I'd like to share with you my poem devotional, which is extracted from Psalm 4 verse 4. It says, "Don't sin by letting anger control you. Think about it overnight and remain silent." And here's my poem. Managing your anger. Anger is an emotion created for a reason. It can protect you from the enemy's treason. It can make you defend those who are oppressed. It can drive you to do something for the depressed. Don't sin by letting anger control you. Instead, control it by thinking it through. Remain silent until you reach tranquility. Then you will have victory over the enemy. And here's my essay. I was a slave of many generational sins before I became a born-again Christian. Among the list would be seeking approval, perfectionism, performance, reasoning, judgment, and anger. Each of these sins leads to the other. Because of rejection, it was a big deal for me to seek approval and attention, which brought me to always perform for others. I love reasoning and arguing to prove that I'm perfect. When I don't persuade others or they don't live up to my expectations, I get angry. Sometimes this anger is expressed in many ways, like irritability, sarcasm, jokes, or confrontations. The Bible tells us to manage our anger and not let it control us. Thinking about it overnight and remaining silent helps us calm down and win the battle inside. Prayer. Lord, give me strength to manage anger. Reflection. How can awareness of anger and its source help us manage it? I think I will be able to talk a lot about this topic because this is one of the bondages that took me really forever to be freed from, to be delivered from. The hard part about anger is when we don't acknowledge that it exists. I think there is a misconception about anger that it is wrong, but I think God created this emotion so that it will lead us to do something good, not to hurt somebody. And if you remember the story of Jesus when he was angry, it's a sacred anger because they are making the temple a flea market, or the vendors are all over, turning it into a commercial place to earn money. Is Jesus's anger justified? Yes, of course, because he is angry that his father is being disrespected, or that they are not respecting or they're not respecting the place of worship. It took me over half a century before I was able to recognize that I was an angry person. In fact, when I was some people have been telling me that I'm angry, but I didn't even know. I was in denial. What happened was, like, at the time that my son was like 2 years old, and I I was overcome by so much anger inside because I felt it was more like frustration and helplessness that made me so angry about a situation in my life. So it actually this anger led me to become an artist. I didn't know anything about painting, drawing, or anything. Then I just felt this surge of anger inside me, and even if I don't know how to paint or draw or something, I just, got a marker, got a watercolor and a paper, and presto, I was able to create something that is a semblance of a landscape. And then it became addicting that every time I feel the anger, I would get, a pen or a paper or anything that I could use to express the emotion that I'm going through inside. And somehow, God gave me that gift so that I could be transitioned from actually recognizing that I was an angry person. And it took many years. I became a painter. I was able to sell artworks, around 400 of them, with all the exhibits that I went through. And it is amazing because, wow, it's like I didn't realize that all my anger, I call them my anger babies, which are my paintings, are selling like hot potatoes. So then it became a source of pride for me. It was such an idol for me to be able to sell my works. And so when I went to Canada, I was stripped of that privilege to be recognized and to sell my works. I guess God is trying to remind me that He doesn't want He's a jealous God. He doesn't want competition. He wants me to make Him first in everything. So it's amazing how we sometimes drive ourselves into something and then know nothing about it. So as I came to Canada, I thought it was just like, why can't I get a job? I can't get a job because God was healing me. And that is the time that I was able to express my anger. And it took it took somebody to tell me to see a trauma therapist who actually told me that I was an angry person. And so I invite you to don't deny anger. When you feel it, think about it. Think about it overnight. Try to understand what is causing your anger. Sometimes there's a deeper root of the anger. Sometimes it's not the trigger that really angers you, but it's something deeper that happened to you before that, or maybe that has happened to you many times before it really happened. So reflect on this Psalm 4:4, which is really amazing because it is a remedy how to overcome your anger and not letting anger control you. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful evening. God bless.